Here with Dean Williams. So Dean, you're out here again, another one, Larry Holmes, Heart of a Legend Weekend, 9th annual Heart of a Legend Weekend. What's it mean to you to come out here and support Larry?
Oh, it means the world, man. Larry Holmes like family. You know, I've known Larry Holmes since '95. I was one of his sparring partners, you know, back in the day. Larry had a big part of, you know, turning me professional and whatnot. I was here in the country, you know, living in Brooklyn and sparring all over the place pretty much with whoever. And Larry kind of, you know, give me some good advice and some direction. So Larry's family, man.
So you beat him up a few times, he beat you up a few times in sparring?
Hey man, you wouldn't have kept me around if I wouldn't give him no good work, you know.
Right.
One thing about Larry Holmes, one thing about fighters, the great fighters, they want great sparring, you know, and I have to be honest with you, like, you know, you have to give them, you know, if you got easy guys preparing for a fight, it's not going to prepare you. You know, if you're sparring guys and you're having your way and you're doing your thing, you need to be sharp, you need to be ready, you need to be almost tougher than a fight, you know what I'm saying? So how you prepare is massive, you know, getting ready for a fight. So with all my guys, I like them to, you know, prepare hard in the gym, spar, you know, very competitive guys, give them, you know, to learn, so learning experience. Go into a gym and just sparring somebody and having your way is not really teaching you nothing, you know,
So we've seen, in terms of sparring sessions, we've seen a lot of people put it out there. They videotape and put it out there on Twitter, on social media. Any thoughts on that? I mean, sparring is practice, and a lot of people say, oh, he got the best of him in sparring. Does that matter?
It doesn't matter, and honestly, I think nowadays, modern day fighters with the phones, a lot of fighters, they try to become something before they even get to the ring, or they even make something of themselves. You know, they're doing too much. You know, it's nice to self-promote and whatnot, but I think the phone is getting the best of a lot of people, and they're taking sparring out of context, and they get so many egos with it. Whereas back in the day, when I was fighting and Larry was fighting, you know, there's no video cameras or whatnot. Would I like some of that footage? Absolutely. But in the moment, you know, we just lived life, done what we had to do, and on to the next day. You know, sometimes with these videos, you're constantly looking back and rewinding. Just keep going forward. My advice to a young fighter, keep going forward. Don't look in the rear. Don't matter what's behind us. What matters is what's coming forward.
And speaking of going forward, Jake Paul.
Oh.
Jake Paul last night, you know, beat another MMA fighter. Looking at Jake Paul, what do you say? I mean, are you saying he's improved? Are you saying he's a factor? Or at the end of the day, it's just a circus sideshow?
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, it's very tough role. He's trying to become a world champion with little to none amateur experience, which is extremely rare. And the amateurs prepare you fundamentally and in every way for the pros and whatnot. So really, to me, he's green. You know, he looks like a rookie to me. I mean, I'd love to maybe one day get in the ring with him. Who knows? I mean, I'm 52 now, but I know, you know, from experience, I see he does a lot of rookie things and whatnot. Got a long way to go, but he's going in the right direction. Got the money, he's got the team behind him. Maybe he's going to buy his way to the top. Who knows? You know.
Speaking of Mike Tyson, 58, November.
Mike Tyson, man, I tell you, he only has to catch you once. He only has to, I think, the power, like myself, you're going to lose the power, lose some of the speed and whatnot, the timing, the little, you know, things that go, but all said and done, I think if Tyson takes it to him and puts one on his chin, different level, I say he goes down.
Any concerns? 58 years old?
Taking absolutely, yeah, like, yeah, it can be dangerous. You know, boxing, a young lion like Jake Paul, he ain't coming to play.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming to, those young guys that coming to take his head off. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, you never know, you could catch him. And now you take a punch when you get older, it's a lot different when you're younger.
Yeah.
You know, you got to look at it like a fighter, like a car. Like a car gets old, it starts breaking down. Yeah. You know, a fighter's the same way. You know, he starts getting older, breaking down how he functions. You know, so we'll have to wait and see. But I'd say Tyson catches him.
So we saw a couple weeks ago, Shakur Stevenson, he got another win. Wasn't the most exciting. Many called it boring. Your thoughts on what you saw out of Shakur? Great defensive boxer.
Phenomenal, you know, and I think what he has is every fighter must have. And if you want to learn the defense, and you can learn so much from watching him in that aspect. As for being like a crowd pleaser, you know, a fan pleaser, I think he's more on the path of Mayweather. But hey, you know, he's not getting hit. He's not going to get hurt. It's a sweet science, you know, the true sweet science. And you know, God bless him. You know, if he can go through his career unscathed like Mayweather and have a lot of money at the end of it, then God bless him. You know.
But I mean, look at Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd. When he was younger, he was more aggressive.
More aggressive. Floyd liked to fight too. And a lot of people, everybody wants to have Mayweather and the hands down and everything.
Right.
But let's be realistic about it. When Mayweather was fighting when he was younger, he had that peekaboo up, he had those hands up. And when you want to rumble with somebody, you don't want to rumble with someone like this. You want your hands up, you know, because they will catch you. They will catch you, you know. So I think that a little bit more of engagement and whatnot. But I think with the level of fighters, when he fights better level fighters, I think they'll bring out the best of him.
Okay, so we're speaking of that, we look at the lightweight division. Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis. Talk was that was going to be in November. Loma's saying now, we're getting reports. Loma's saying now, you know, he doesn't want it right now at this point. What should we make of that?
Do you know, it could be money tactics. You know, trying negotiation like we talked about, and it could be that. Loma, no fear, no man, absolutely no way. He's not doubting himself or nothing like that. I think it's just money and putting the fight together, promotional fight. Hey, I know Tank got the power, but Loma got that sneaky power too. Mayweather got that power. He used to give you enough to have you respect him. Mayweather has power too, the same as Loma. So, you know, you can use that. He has the footwork. It's going to be an interesting fight. It's a fight that I want to see.
How you see it?
I see Loma doing phenomenal, giving him a lot of problems with the way his footwork, his angles, getting off, getting out, walking around the block, doing some things, changing the angles a lot. But I also see Tank, you know, getting off and landing some good shots too. I'd see it definitely being a decision, and I'd say Tank.
Okay, right. So, look at Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, another guy, 35, 140-pound division, floating around there. Got a big win against Devin Haney, but since then, it's kind of fell off the rails, if you will. Popped dirty as well. Kind of needs to sit down at this point. But when you look at Ryan Garcia, ultra-talented fighter, but he's got a lot going on outside of the ring. How do you see Ryan Garcia in terms of things going on with him outside of the ring?
I see Ryan Garcia right now, everything's kind of getting to his head. He's on his phone too much, he's too much personal, and you know, phenomenal fighter, but he could be one of those fighters that just, you know, after, you know, testing positive, right? He tested positive for the, you know, for the enhancing and whatnot. Why? I don't know why he done that. It don't make any sense to me. But you know, having everything that he has, you know, it could be a lot for a young man to, you know, the money and the fame and whatnot. I'd see him, if I was his coach, I'd want him just to go back to the old school. Leave that phone at home, go to the gym, just focus on himself, and come back humble and stronger. You know, so I think he's just out there too much. I see a lot of guys doing that, and I call them Instagram champions, you know. So it's like he's not on that level, but you know, if you're going to be a fighter today, you know, just show me what you're doing, the performance and that. What you're doing in the gym, it don't matter. Yeah. It really doesn't matter.
So we look at the heavyweight division now. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. Usyk got a big victory against Fury. They're going to rematch it. Is Usyk, I mean, how do you see the rematch any different?
I see the nemesis that Usyk is just having his number. I think that, you know, if Tyson Fury, he was goofing around, and I've never really seen Tyson Fury goof around the way he was. I think he was taking the fight real lightly there, and he got caught, you know, what you do with your hands down and whatnot. And so if he comes to the fight, you know, like rock and rolling, dead serious, do I think he could win? Absolutely. This might be a three-peat. You know, this might be Tyson coming back, getting the win, and then doing a third one. I think that's how it's going to go.
Let me give you one more. So you sparred with Larry Holmes, spent a lot of time with Larry Holmes. 20 title defenses. Is Larry Holmes, when we talk about great heavyweights, I feel like we don't talk about Larry Holmes enough. Is he one of the more underrated heavyweights in the game?
Yes, Larry Holmes, one of the best heavyweights of all time. You know, the guy, the way he trained showed me a lot of things. I trained alongside him, from being in the ring with him to, you know, being on the treadmill together, kind of thing, and learned a lot. Larry, even, you know, with the jab, was explaining from a European fighter. You know, I'll show you just briefly right here. You know, a lot of fighters, when they throw in a jab, is coming down the middle like a jackhammer. Larry, watch now, come off the shoulder. It's coming out this way, okay, which gives me more arm, okay, more distance. You know, if I'm shooting a jab like that, you got the shoulder, whatever, this way is the way it goes. So Larry would just relax and whip that jab out there all day, and you got to use the jab, even if it's not landing, it's got to act as a decoy or whatever, and that's the one thing, you know, that a lot of fighters, if you want to be successful, you know, this guy's got to work 80% as opposed to 20% to this guy. So, you know, using your jab is going to make things happen big time.
So what's going on with Dean Williams today?
Dean Williams today is on YouTube. Dean, the Welsh Road Warrior in Creed 2, on my YouTube channel. Check it out. It's a lot of knowledge. And me, I've been doing boxing now 44 years, since 1980. You know, I've been in the ring with the best, Larry Holmes, Tim Witherspoon, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. I've sparred and trained with everybody, from Manny Stewart. I've been around Teddy Atlas, and also Kevin Rooney. I was with Kevin Rooney up in Catskill for a little bit too. He was going to train me actually for a little bit. Okay. And I was sparring with Leonard Pierre, one of his fighters up there. So I've had that experience in Catskill. You know, where Mike Tyson came from, being there, trained, sparred in that ring and whatnot. So what I'm doing pretty much is just putting out my knowledge, giving you guys, the viewers, you know, knowledge, experience. You know, if you can't be around me, well, you can pick up, you know, tips and pointers and whatnot about fighting on my channel. And there's a bit of everything. So, you know, it's like I said, it's not about me these days. I'm up on the wall and the posters and whatnot. It's about what I can translate to the future, and that's you guys.